I want to share with you 5 of the most valuable paragraphs that I've ever read in my life. And what these are, I call it the Big Five. And it's the self-confidence formula from Napoleon Hill, from his book, Think and Grow Rich. And this formula is all about intentional thought and how we bring intentional focus into our mind to help us drive action that drive results. So I read this over 20 years ago, and the author Napoleon challenges the reader to take this formula, memorize it, make it your own, play it in your mind over and over and over again, commit to sign it, and live these 5 paragraphs that he calls the self-confidence formula. Since I've made it my own, and anybody that I've led over the years in my sales teams, I've had them memorize it, and we would write it out, and we'd have them sign it, and we'd laminate it, and then they would actually, in front of the team, anybody that memorized it and shared it with the team, we would take them out to a steak dinner. We'd have some sort of prize and a little party, and this self-confidence formula is one of the most valuable things that I've put into my mind that's brought out incredible results, including earning my first $1 million while I was in college. I attribute to this formula. And I talk a lot about you got to pluck FUD out of your brain, or fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You got to get it out like a weed. And then the key is, what do you do once that FUD is gone? What do you put in its place? And that's where you want to plant very intentional thoughts. And so the Big Five, this formula I'm going to share with you right now. I don't have a script. I'm not reading it to you. I'm going to share it with you. It's something that I've played over and over and over in my mind. And while I'm running, I'm playing the Big Five formula. When I'm swimming, playing the Big Five formula. When I'm out in the sales field, I'm playing the Big Five formula daily. I'm playing the shower, playing this formula to help challenge me to become my very best. So here it goes. First, I know I have the ability to achieve the object of the definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves into outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the person, thinking about the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear and mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of auto-suggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of obtaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to the demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I've clearly written down a description of the definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying till I shall develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. And fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction that does not benefit all with whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing a love for all humanity. For I know that a negative attitude towards other people can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and myself. So you can see there's power in the Big Five, these 5 paragraphs. I challenge you, I invite you to pluck FUD out of your brain and plant intentional thoughts. I just gave you a formula of one of the best things that I've ever found that I want. And I heard that, I'm like, I've got to have that in my brain. And I planted it into my brain. And from that, I actually have a whole video I'll share with you here at the end on the end screen, which is my story from about Think and Grow Rich. And I share some of the fruits back of Think and Grow Rich and back of this formula, the Big Five formula. And so I share that with you here right now. And in the description, I have written out the big five formula. Take it, copy and paste it, get a piece of paper, write it out, and commit it to memory. And do what I've done, laminate it, keep it in front of you. And if you do, and continually plant intentional thought in your mind and take action back of the thinking that you're doing, take those thoughts and turn those into transmute them into actual things. Take your thoughts, turn them into reality. And this formula, the Big Five formula, is the most powerful formula I've found in 20 years as I've been on a relentless pursuit for personal growth, for personal development, for leading teams, for selling personally, for leading other people. And so I challenge you to take this Big Five formula and make it your own. And I promise that as you do, it's a little bit hardcore. And it's normal to be like, oh, it's too much, I'm not going to do it. I get it. But normal doesn't lead to high performance. And so take this formula, make it your own, and make it an incredible day to your success.